But actually, speaking of traveling and flying, I was actually part of my first medical emergency on a plane. Everyone ever had that happen to you? Right? They make the announcement. They were frantic. They came on the speaker. They're like, are there any doctors on board, any nurses on board? It's been a medical emergency. And then they paused and they said, even EMTs. It's like, why are you throwing shade? Somebody's dying. You know, it's just a weird time to be selective. Nobody on the flight got up. And then the lady sitting next to me looked at me and she was like, I was like, we're in coach. You think I'm a fucking doctor? I am a joke Indian, not a medical Indian. Very different tax bracket. Luckily, there was a nurse on the flight. She got up. She went, handled the situation. Someone had fallen in the first class cabin. And I should mention at this point in the story, I was first on the upgrade list. Now, the person was fine. They should be taken off the flight. Now, there's a first class seat open. And I was like, how long do I wait before I let them know that's my fucking seat? They gave it to the nurse because she's a hero or whatever, you know. You become real classist on a plane, don't you? For me, it begins at security because I have TSA pre-check. So as soon as I see someone taking their shoes off, I'm like, oh. First time at the big airport? And then when I get to the gate, my favorite game to play is, guess what boarding group these people are? I'm like, no shoes? That's actually Spirit. That's over there. That's a different airline. I don't know why we act like feeling better than others isn't the greatest feeling in the world. That's the entire foundation of capitalism. That's this country. Why are we denying our heritage? Sure, equality and fairness is right, but that sounds un-American if you ask me. Long story short, I made that nurse get up. And it's like, I don't care if you're a hero, I got miles, you know. Spirit Airlines filed for bankruptcy. Yeah. That was the least surprising news I've ever heard. I was like, how are they still making it? Yeah. I've taken Ubers to the airport that were more expensive than my Spirit flight. They should call that breaking news. That's not breaking news, right? They should have a new category of news like bound to happen news. Or like, yeah, with the dude shrugging. That should be the category of the news. But here's the thing, they were like, we're going to continue to operate while in bankruptcy, which is the most broke shit of all time. It's like when you're walking in the mall and there's a store that's just all dark, and there's a guy sitting in there, and you like peep your head in. He's like, no, we're open. Come on in. It's cool. No, it's fine. Don't worry about the sign. No, we're still here. We're still doing it. I was hoping Spirit would go completely away because they have been distracting us from all the other shitty low-cost airlines. Airlines like Frontier. Frontier, dude. Fucking, oh, it's the worst. Frontier is bad because you have to take like a different, when you get to the airport, it's not in the normal part of the airport. You have to take like a trolley or some shit. There's a guy who lives at the airport who like comes out and he's like, hey, did you talk to the troll? Oh, then you have to get by. Like he lives in the airport. I think it's like the oldest man you've ever seen. He's like, well, I'll take you to the Frontier gates. And he takes you to this weird part of the airport that's like a temporary, you know? It's like the FEMA camp they have on the side, you know? It's just, because the airport's like, yo, this is going to be a food court in 6 months. We're not investing money. Well, one thing that I've noticed about traveling, too, is now there's, at every airport, I see this almost at every airport I go to, there's missionaries at the airport, like religious missionaries. You can't allow missionaries at the airport, because you're catching people at their lowest. People looking for answers. If you can tell me why this flight keeps getting delayed, I will take a copy of the Quran, okay? I'm desperate. The longer I've been stuck in an airport, the more stuff you get me to try. 2 hours in, I'm trying those cake vending machines. That's serve the full slices of cake. At 5 hours, I'm about to pull the trigger on a rental car from a company I've never heard of with suspiciously low prices. I'm like, oh wow, it's only $8 for 14 days. Seems legit, let's try it. At 10 hours in, I'm trying the lactation pod, okay? Don't judge me. I've been there for a while, I gotta feel something, all right?
you.